call your name, please come up to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Brian Blazek.
Gentlemen, Brian Blazek, 9299 Franklin Drive, St. John. Talking to people around town these last few months, it's become rather obvious that no one really wants to see 6 traffic lights planned along the Route 41 corridor from 93rd to 109th Street. So gentlemen, I have a wild idea. Why don't we redraw the comprehensive plan to exclude all of these traffic lights and replace them with frontage roads with access to Route 41 and maybe 2 locations. That will save the traffic nightmare that you're going to create on Route 41 between 93rd and 109th and be more acceptable to the residents who live here right now. Mr. Killen, the Planning Commission, and the Town Council have repeatedly said over and over, this is just the plan. Last time I checked, the plan means something's going to happen in the future. So maybe we can agree to revise the plan so that there are not 6 stoplights drawn on it, maybe 2. That way, when developers realize before submitting plans for the Route 41 corridor that they're going to be required to use frontage roads and they're not going to have stoplight access every 2 blocks on Route 41. We can all drive north to Sherville and Highland and see what Mr. Boyer and his developers and the developers have created on Route 41 through the 41 corridor. Right around Main Street, it is a traffic disaster. People will not go there to shop due to the traffic congestion currently. The residents of St. John who live here now have to get around town every day. We do not need more restaurants, bars, fast food outlets, and grocery stores that will create bigger traffic problems for the people who live here when the other shoppers and out-of-towners take their cars and go home. Reduce the 6 traffic lights drawn on the plan and resubmit them as 2. The second item is the traffic study. The traffic study on page 3 recommends that 93rd be widened by 3 lanes by the year 2027. This study is so poorly done, the recommendations are an actual comment to read. With the preserve coming online and Greystone as well, 93rd and White Oak should have been widened last year or the year before. How can the commission in good conscience accept this poorly done traffic study? It is truly pathetic. The commission should be embarrassed to even consider this study as valid, especially when it says it ought to be revisited again 10 years from now. With the town paying $211,000 for a new traffic study, the commission should delay approving the comprehensive plan forward until the current costly study is completed. It will answer a lot of questions the current plan raises about traffic lights, and the residents driving around town on Route 41, 93rd, and White Oak. Do not move the plan forward as it's currently written. It is not in the best interest of people who currently live here. Thank you.
Gerry Koster.
Gerry Koster from Eggert Lane, St. John. Just a few comments.
I'm sorry, I need your address.
9194 Eggert Lane. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Just my comments and comments of the neighborhood and the subdivision I live in. I think as you look at the growth from 2000 to 2016, we saw the numbers in population growth from 8 to 16,000. So what was the traffic increase on Route 41 in that same time period? Is there a traffic count on that? Get a little tired, even though I'm a native from Illinois, and there's reasons we came to Indiana. as you saw tonight on the proposal, this is the way we did it in Illinois. Well, you know what, my comment is, if that's the way you people in Illinois want it, then you should stay in Illinois. You shouldn't have to design a town of Indiana on what was taking place in Illinois. All right? And the third thing I have to say is that the traffic light, stop and go lights, I agree. Some of them are less than 1,000 feet apart. And I know it's a proposal that the state has to approve. But looking at the overall plan, I think the town centers have to be off where we want. There's way too much traffic. So I have.
Thank you, sir. Gerry Swets.
Gerry Swets, 9490 Joliet Street. I'm going to remonstrate against the comprehensive plan. As I reviewed the plan and some of the comments made at the previous meetings, I have a few concerns. Main concerns of traffic and traffic flow, and the fact that you moved the town center from north of 93rd to the Joliet Field Street neighborhood. But I'm going to try to concentrate on the regulations. I guess the first question I have is that at the Economic Development Committee meeting, we passed out remonstrants that were written, and we were told that those were going to be distributed to you guys, so I'm hoping that you guys all received those.
We were copied on this.
I'm sorry?
We were copied on this.
Okay, thank you, wonderful. Second of all is the state statutes make it very clear that Mr. Birlson does not have to excuse himself in this hearing because the statute that he quoted.
Do you have an opinion on the comp plan?
Oh, I do.
Please continue with that matter.
Law doesn't make a difference.
Please continue with your remonstrance on the comp plan.
State statute or Indiana Code 36-7-4-501 on the state comprehensive plan says it should promote public health, safety, morals, convenience, order, or the general welfare of a community. I think your plans do not include the necessary findings of fact. The traffic study is defective, and the recommendations seem to have some major flaws. Some of those were covered already, so I'm not going to put a lot of time and energy into those. But widening 93rd 12 years from now, I think is ridiculous. You had a traffic study that didn't even include White Oak on its traffic study. I think you missed an opportunity to get a second opinion for free when you required Schilling to do a traffic study on the preserves, but you let them use the same engineering company that you used. You had an opportunity to get a free second opinion there, and you missed that opportunity. We don't want 6 more stoplights on 41. The 5 that are detailed, plus the one that shows north of the hill, to be the 6th one, which are on page 56 and 57 of the master plan, and detailed on page 9 of the thoroughfare plan. We don't want Wicker to end up like the traffic flow that they have on 41 and Main Street. I think it's frustrating being stuck in traffic, which does not promote improved public health. At the last council meeting, you claimed that not all of those would maybe be done, it would just be 10. Well, that's the same statement that you used months ago about the town center in my neighborhood. We've been told that it would go away, but yet now it's back again. So is the general welfare of the town better since you introduced this plan back in October? Does your life become more convenient, more orderly? I still can't believe that you would put a family, that you would put out a plan that would wipe out 13 homes and make 5 or 6 remaining worthless for raising a family. You're supposed to protect the values of our homes, but how many people would want to buy a house to raise their family knowing that it's stamped town center and scheduled for demolition? Who's going to benefit from that? I mean, I was one of the people, the 80 to 78%, who was in favor of a town center, but not at the price of knocking somebody's house down and throwing a family out. This whole plan has been a nightmare for us ever since it became public last year. I got a call from my neighbor, Joe Gerlack. He asked if I knew what was happening, the town was planning to do to our beautiful neighborhood. That started the formation of the St. John Homeowners PAC. We selected candidates support for election that were sympathetic for our cause.
Stick to the comp plan, please.
The PAC was produced and committed and put together specifically to fight the comprehensive plan. Okay? We've asked you to do that over the past, and it doesn't seem like anything's happened. We have candidates that we supported. In fact, I didn't even go to the first couple of meetings, but my wife informed me that it was very important that I be there, so it didn't take long for me to
All right.
to volunteer.
All right, you're advertising your PAC, we get it. Do you have any further comments on the comp plan?
I certainly do.
Make them brief, please.
I think this whole plan, the approval process is tainted by the actions that happened back in November. But as far as the plan goes, in 2005, the 2005 plan had the town center north of 93rd to include St. John Mall and a blighted area that's north of Aspen Cafe. It's an eyesore of this town. Leave it there. Move it back there. Put it in an area that has vacant land. There's plenty of vacant land left in this town. You've stated that the traffic lights in the town center, that it's just an idea and that it may not happen. But let me tell you why that's troublesome. Number one is I don't trust everything that I'm told. But more importantly is it's the law. I did some plan. You're required to move forward to try to make it happen. That's what Indiana code is all about. When the last comprehensive plan was approved in 2005, there was a lawsuit. Now, my legal expertise is kind of minimal, and the two gentlemen to my left may disagree because they were both involved in that lawsuit, so they should know what's going on. But basically, it was a zoning issue that had to do with a disagreement with the comprehensive plan. Okay? So the Indiana Court of Appeals interpretation of the state statute was that a municipality must comply with its comprehensive plan's vision. Indiana Code 36-7-4-603 also states that when dealing with zoning and approvals, a plan commission and a legislative body must pay reasonable regard to a number of factors, including, number one, the town comprehensive plan. I believe that if you put on your comprehensive plan the town center and 6 stoplights, and someone takes action on that, maybe buying a piece of property, knowing that they're thinking they're going to have a stoplight, or being able to anticipate something else going up there. If you don't follow through with your plans, you leave yourself open to legal action. Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, I've heard 2 different councilmen suggest removing the town center from the plan. You don't need to approve a plan that destroys our homes. You don't need to approve a plan that demolishes some of the oldest homes in St. John. You don't need to approve a plan that will displace families with over 100 years living in that neighborhood. There are plenty of good locations in this town for that expansion, and that will also maintain the property values and fit better with Indiana Code 36-7-4-501 and comprehensive plans, where it places less traffic and improves safety. No roundabout for the school buses to navigate promotes better health and well-being of the community. You don't need to approve the town center as part of that plan. Just remove pages 60 through 63 from the plan before you vote to approve it. Or bring back pages 53 and 54 of the 2005 plan. Many people comment on how St. John, Joliet Street area is such a great reminder of the charm that old communities have. Don't tear it down. Don't send in the wrecking ball. Keep the charm in St. John. Thank you, gentlemen.
Mr. Chairman, before you proceed, let's correct the appellate court decision Mr. Swets cited as Forsyth versus the Thomason.
Could you speak up, please?
The Indiana Court of Appeals decision that Mr. Swets referred to was reversed by the Indiana Supreme Court approximately a year and a half to 2 years after the date of the appellate court opinion, and specifically held that the town does not have to follow this comprehensive plan, and zoning is a discretionary matter of the town council to be implemented as it sees fit. I was representing Mr. Blazek, Mr. Rogers, representing Mr. St. John at the time, and the investigation for construction was enacted.
Sir? I'm sorry. Noel Gerlack? I don't know. I can't read the first name.
Joe, you're it.
Are you okay? I'm sorry.
Gerlack, 109 46 June Street. I appreciate the gentleman being here tonight. Also, the people that's here tonight for the reasons. As I saw the plan and all that was presented, it's quite thorough. I'm just wondering as I look at each one of you, just how much time did you take? How much thought did you put into it? Also, the traffic. Traffic study. Traffic lights. How much time thought that the gentleman put into it? I think back about a number of years ago here in St. John. St. John was always the place to come to. Other residences around the shore were dire. In other communities up northwest, St. John was the place. It's been a great place. My children have been very active throughout the years. My family goes way back. Repeat some of the things that were brought up already tonight. But I am concerned about how much you gentlemen have studied all the problems, not only about the history of St. John, but also the future of St. John. Now, when I think about what was brought up about the shopping centers, two words to say about it. That's free shipping. Free shipping is what's coming our way, folks, whether you want it or not. All these different facilities you're talking about, I doubt it even happened for shopping. So I think we're looking into a nightmare. This is one of the factors that I can see in the future. I worked down here at Lake Central after I retired from my day job, I can say. And I was trained with a number of people that took jobs as bus drivers. And some of them were different carpenters, plumbers, and all because the housing boom fell apart 30 years ago. And they were there to drive the schools. The story I'm getting now, that a lot of those gentlemen that were plumbers, carpenters, electricians, they're not going back to that trade because they see on the horizon there's going to be another problem with housing. Gentlemen, whether you like it or not, as you hear on the news, we are at war. We're talking about restaurants. Some of the nicest restaurants in the world are the targets today. You better start thinking about that. And if you attend those restaurants, you better make sure that your back is to the wall. Because what I see going on with the presidential election, those two clowns, I'm not going to pretend this. Let's get back to the jobs at LC, Lake Central. A friend of mine had two golf businesses, golf stores, one in Lansing and one over in Homer Glen area. Both of them went under. And I asked him, they went bankrupt. And I asked him, what was the problem? He said, the problem was it ended in jail. That's my speech.
Thank you, sir. Theresa Birlson.
Theresa Birlson, 9520 Joliet Street, St. John. These are my comments on the comprehensive plan. My children are the sixth generation to live in my family homestead, which was built in 1840. I hope that my children and my grandchildren will have the opportunity to to live in my home after me and have that same option in the future. And I just don't understand why we would take away that opportunity from people who have been here. This family was one of the first families that founded this town, that founded St. John Evangelist Church. I also believe that if there is additional commercial development in this town, that there should be a buffer zone between the commercial development and the residential development. When I look at the Boyer development up in Sheriffville, and I think that goes in behind my home, and there's a roundabout that connects it, what kind of traffic's gonna be going on my little 8-year-old girl who's riding her rollerblades on the sidewalk? And so I feel like that should be respected when we consider this plan. I'm not up here just to complain. I'm reiterating what was in the old comprehensive plan. There are other solutions that are viable solutions. We've seen them in the 2005 comprehensive plan, as Mr. Swets stated. When you look at the north of 93rd, north of the town hall, that was proposed in the 2005 comprehensive plan, that area there's already commercial development there when you look at the St. John Town Hall. It's connected directly to the town offices, the police, the fire station. It has excellent visibility from the bridge on Wicker Avenue, so people can find where it is. That's a possible train station location, which would allow people to utilize the restaurants and shops without even having to have a vehicle in town. There's parking already available at the Coling School for use in the evenings and on weekends. So you wouldn't need as much parking put in by the town, so it would save us on cost. It would eliminate the eyesore of those empty lots and the hodgepodge of businesses that are located between 93rd and Coling School. And it wouldn't take the people's homes. I don't understand why someone would needlessly destroy a beautiful neighborhood that I believe is one of the best neighborhoods in St. John. I have friends of mine telling me all the time, if you know any of your neighbors selling their homes, let me know, because I want to move into your neighborhood, because you guys are a tight-knit community. There's also the possibility of the new train station down south of town. The Shrine of Christ Passion, I'm sure there'll be a lot of development going in. There's a lot of commercial opportunity down there for people who visit that place. The empty Kmart building site. So I'd ask all of you to reconsider and think about this town center. It's been stated pie in the sky, as Mr. Kill has said in the newspaper, and he said it probably wouldn't happen in his lifetime. So I ask you as members of this Plan Commission to show respect for the residents who live on Joliet and Dealing Streets, for the history of their families, because several of them are living in their own homesteads also, and remove the town center concept as it stands from the comprehensive plan, and give us a good night's sleep. Thank you.
Jackie Van Gundy.
Jackie Van Gundy, 9510 Joliet Street, St. John. July 15th will have been there 44 years. I love our town, and I'd like to see it expand. We're not Plainfield, we're not those other towns that were mentioned, Long Grove. We're St. John, Indiana, and we definitely need to grow and expand, but sensibly. And it tears my heart up to think that we are still considering tearing down our historic neighborhood on Joliet Street, homes that have been lived in for generations. I cannot fathom why in the world you'd even consider destroying historic homes. Our only historic street in this town, by the way. To put in a bunch of stores, restaurants, traffic. There is so much empty property south of Strachan-Bent Hills and that mall, all the way down. Even has a frontage road. Lots of land on both sides of the frontage road. We also have property to the north where the St. John Mall is, been there since I've lived here. All the prairie that goes all the way to the school is empty, perfect for development. Why isn't that being considered instead of tearing down an established neighborhood? As Theresa Birlson has stated, we have people ask us, if you ever sell your home, or nobody, anyone in your neighborhood is selling, please let us know. They like our little historical area. Also, I just want to know who we are trying to emulate, who we're trying to be like. Again, we're not Plainfield, we're not Long Grove, we're St. John. And we do need to grow, but in a sensible way, and mindful of traffic, building. First we put roads in, then we build homes. That's not been done. My last statement, please change your mind and eliminate these plans for tearing down our street. Last October, Mr. Kill sent us all letters, which I'm not going to read. I'm sure you're all aware of it. The one line I want to quote, he said, I can assure you 100% that what you have been told is completely inaccurate. The fact that the area of your home is included in the comprehensive plan means absolutely nothing unless you and your neighbors voluntarily ever decide to sell your homes. Then he writes capital, voluntarily sell. Well, guess what? None of us want to sell our homes. We're very happy where we are. Please eliminate this. You know, another thing I just thought of. While you're all sitting there, I would love your individual opinions and thoughts as to why you think this is such a good idea to tear down a historic street for a town center. What are your opinions individually? Anybody have anything to say about what they think about this plan? So we know here, not as a collective group,
We're
but
here.
as individual people, what do you think of this?
We're here to
Anybody
hear
have
your
anything
comments.
to say?
Not at this time, because this is the opportunity for you
Think
to
about
state your
that.
remonstrance.
Maybe the next time we'll talk about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry about this. Scott Kuehl.
I have no comment. All my questions were answered.
Thank you, Scott. Randy Stotmeister. Stotmeister. Sorry about that.
Yes, my name's Randy Stotmeister, I live at 10760 Thielen Street. When I came here, I noticed one thing, especially my street. People are very, very friendly. I love my neighbors. They love me. When you go to a small town, I came up from a farm community in Illinois, and people go like this. You might not know, but that's what they do. It's friendly. And that's what this town has. You know, it's Munster. They don't do that there. They don't do that on Main Street Highway. I've heard that St. John isn't the top friendliest towns in the country to live. You think we're going to have that status after we do all this comprehensive plan? You know, I'm from a town center, and there's some great engineers that can engineer a way to make it south of here. We got, you know, like Whiting, you know, they're stuck. They can't do anything. And there's open areas in Munster and a little bit in Highland. But we have an opportunity now to take advantage of the open area and do it right. And you know, I was mentioning that 78% of the people want a town center, but they didn't say after that, would it be at the cost of people's homes? I don't think you would have got 78% of that. No way. No way, especially at St. John. Well, let's keep the friendliness, because last time I spoke, I mentioned about Main Street and Highland. We don't want that here. It will take away the friendliness, the closeness that we have that's unique to St. John. We don't need that here. But let's relook at this program. Let's do it right. But let's go south of here or someplace where it's open. We don't need to take people's homes.